In the beginning, there were dinosaurs. They used to feast on small furry creatures. Tail sting. It's like Spore. And then, one Thursday afternoon, a meteorite. And then a few million years later, some people made fun of them for the start of the podcast. Hello, procrastinators!
Hello, procrastinators!
That camera.
That one.
That camera.
I got you.
Back to that one. Back to that one. I can feel my arm wibbling. Wow, that makes me feel skinny.
Yay!
Good morning! It's 3 a.m. We're recording this at 3 a.m. on the 15th
This
of
wonderful, wonderful 3 a.m. daylight.
June. Yeah, it's wonderful. It's all fake.
It's 3 a.m. somewhere in the world.
Actually, it's 3 p.m., so where would it be? 12 hours from us? That would be Nebraska. I said a name. I don't know. I don't know. If it's 3 a.m. where you are, well, it won't be when you're recording this. Maybe when you're watching this. I don't know. Hi, hello. We have no real plan again, as per usual. Apart from this is great.
Plan.
Look at this. Remember last week we had notes, written notes. This week it's on paper. He's slacking.
Well, this time this time we're doing less, putting a lot less emphasis on answering questions because we've done a lot of it. There's the AMA. We answered everything on there. Well, you did.
I answered. I gave up. I gave up when there was like 50 questions left.
I answered like
this is
3 hours.
I
answered 3 hours worth. You answered
1,600
the first
questions.
3 days worth.
All of them. How do I get famous on YouTube / what camera do you use?
So
I'm okay with that.
We've answered a lot of questions. We spent all of the last podcast and we actually wanted
TubeCast.
to... sorry, yes, you're right, TubeCast. And we actually wanted to do a bit more content. And yeah, I mean, also on this sort of note, I'd like to say thank you to all of you guys. You really gave me a giant boost in hope of humanity when, I mean, in all honesty, we did lay into America quite a bit.
Yep.
And if we were to respond to comments this week...
He laid into America.
It would be...
He laid into America quite a bit.
We both did.
Wait, that was Canadian. Oh, Canada. That's Canadian. What was I doing? Oh, no, that was the music that plays when you're winning worms. That's what I thought the American National Anthem was. I'm going to sit down. You have this one.
Okay, so while you're there claiming not to have offended America, it's all going
great.
wrong.
I love their mooses.
My comment was, although there was lots of lively debate on the comment section, which I'm happy with. It's good.
Yeah, it
good
was
to
better
have
than
lively
the usual.
debate.
First, you're an arsehole for saying first. Fuck you, arsehole, I'm first. Ah!
Yeah, it was really nice to have an active debate, and only about 12 people disliked the video.
That's not bad.
Which, considering there were way more than 12 Americans watching that.
Yep.
And from the comments, we offended way more than 12 people. The fact that you actually decided to talk about it rather than just hit a dislike button and move on, and that you could appreciate that we were doing more, really gave me hope for the human race. So thank you, procrastinators.
Woo! It's good, yeah. It was very nice. It was
and
nice
as
to see
such, we
George
will
go,
not keep talking about...
that stupid country, America.
Yeah. Well, at least not this week.
Well, goodbye. We'll be good. Oh, I have to say, there's a link to this to the description in the download. No, the website is... A lot of people have asked, how good is the website going to look? Because I've been working on it now for 4 weeks. Truth be told, I haven't touched it for 2 weeks. And I'm going to redo it again tonight from the beginning. So it's not... It's just going to look like a blog. I just haven't got one that I liked yet. I'm not working at it constantly. It's just sort of there.
It's at the point where, you know, what you're looking at is a waste paper bin full of scrunched up paper, thinking, wow, what he's writing must be great. It isn't. We've still just got a blank sheet of paper.
That's true. Yeah. Oh, by the way, I'm Dan. This is what? I didn't say that,
I'm
did we?
what? This is Dan.
He's the new one. You seem to like him, which is nice. I thought you'd be
That's
hated.
good.
They were like,
Yeah.
no, he's not Dan. Death to the one that isn't Dan.
I like the regular comments of he's growing on me. It's nice. It means I'm
like
progressing.
Like mold.
Absolutely. Or a tumour.
Yeah. You're the malignant tumour of Nerd³.
Isn't that wonderful?
Oh, no. That's your shirt. I'm making you that shirt. Hey, we should open the store soon. That's the thing we're going to be doing soon.
We do need to do that.
Store with quotes and stuff. That was something I had to do. Thanks for reminding me. In the comments, I want to know your favourite Nerd³ quotes and stuff you actually want on shirts. Because a lot of people say, oh my god, I have to have this on a shirt. And there's been lots of things that I've said that over the years. Like, and tell me what video it is so I can get word for word. But people want things, and I'll do some nice... I'll get like some typographist, or if that's a thing, calligraphist graffiti or something to make them look
Someone.
cool. I don't know. And then I will be wearing stuff because a lot the ones that have been most popular was my arse rant. What was it? It was the arsing. Is this arsing something? Something, you know, the usual high quality stuff that you get with my channel. Somebody wanted that, and what was the other one that people wanted? Oh, they wanted the slider from Sims 3 with the white to black, the skin changey one.
Oh.
Which was it went from inability to jump to inability to hail a taxi.
Okay.
I really like that as well. That's a good one. That's good. Yeah, but that will get you all beaten up and killed. If you get killed wearing a Nerd³ shirt,
we accept no responsibility.
We accept no responsibility.
The only T-shirt company to actually need to sign a non-disclosure form before you wear it.
I want to get a big God hates ducks one in the style of the Westboro things, and I'd love it if they sued us.
Fantastic.
So, you used our colours. You don't own the colours. Well, some people do own colours. Like
some people
pink
own
is
colours.
A specific pink is owned by Mattel's. Barbie pink is owned by Mattel. The purple on Quality Streets is that one? I know someone has a purple.
I thought it was Cadbury's Cream Eggs, wasn't it?
I can't remember. There's loads.
Anyway,
people because
lots of them are.
I had to go through this when I was going through getting the Nerd³ logo.
And then cried and gave it to me.
Trying to sort the trademark out, and it's just like they go, no, these colours are not allowed. And then I just went for red and blue, and I didn't go for the colour or anything. It's just the logo.
It always annoys me
that
the flag for gay rights is the rainbow.
Mm-hmm.
It's the entire light spectrum.
Yeah.
Just stick to 3 colours like everyone else. You can't have the entire light spectrum. I'm a scientist. I need that spectrum.
Yeah, well, no, we've got all the rest of the spectrum. I mean, if you got like the spectrum and spread it out, what is it? If you spread it out to like...
If you use a colour... I'm just saying,
if you
I
spread it
need
out to
the
22 miles or something, like the bit we can actually see is like a foot long or something. It's the tiniest bit of the spectrum. We've got all of that spectrum. That's all they got.
How do you know that's
Equal
not on their
rights for
flag?
spectrums.
How do you know that's not on their flag?
Because the flag stops. You can poke it and see there's nothing there. That'd be good if they just had like giant, colossal flags. They were just nothing, like a scan of some of the X-ray bit, and then just light colours, and then nothing. And they walked around just like flag bearers. Oh, wow,
Yeah.
I would revolutionise gay pride parades. That'd be great. Just not in Moscow. Fucking Russians. Oh no, today's the day we're anti-Russian.
There we go.
But there are, what the hell, Russia? You've done some mad shit. There was. Did you see the story that they banned gay pride parades for 100 years? Do you know who does something like that? Wizards in fairy tales. I will ban this for 100 years.
Yeah, no, you're right.
That's not something someone empowered does. What the hell?
No,
and
you're
at
right.
midnight, you'll all turn into pumpkins. Yes, that sort of shit. It's just, what the hell happened to Russia this week?
That is until a magical line comes up and then they go, oh no, it's always winter and never gay pride.
Winter is coming. Anyway, hey, Game of Thrones people. Hey, that was a joke for you. I don't watch it.
I made a
never
joke
liked
about
Game
gay
of
pride
Thrones.
being Christmas there, just to really annoy anyone who cares about such things.
No, there was that wonderful. I had so many people in me going, "Oh my god, why don't you talk about Game of Thrones?" Because oh my god, I don't like fantasy. I've never got into fantasy. Because do you know why I don't like fantasy? Because Lord of the Rings. From Lord of the Rings onwards, every fantasy has been orcs. I watched every pilot.
I might not. I don't know. Mine might have just been a porn version.
I didn't get.
There was an awful lot of nudity
Dwarves
in
and
there.
fucking, as Ash says. But no, there's that. I just couldn't. I don't know. Because as soon as like fantasy happened in like Lord of the Rings, even orcs and elves, everyone went, yeah, we'll do orcs and elves. And Oblivion, Skyrim, and all that. That's why Morrowind was a great game because it had like really weird towering weird beasts and things. You never know what you're gonna got. And,
I agree.
Like in Skyrim, it's just like stick the word giant in front of things we already have. Done. And then they're just the default giants.
Yeah. I mean, I like Harry Potter as a fantasy, but that's kind of taking the mickey out of it because it's slightly comedy based.
I like Harry Potter. Well,
and
Harry Potter has that wonderful thing of being more focused on like the society aspects of it, like without.
And I suppose it is modern day mixed up
it was
with
fantasy not writing for nerds because as soon as they go writing this for nerds, they go boobs, put boobs in it, boobs and things, and
it disgusts me
because
that
the
people
less
think
metal you wear, women, the higher your armor rating is in all fantasy games ever.
It's awful.
What is the point? It's like Ivy now. You watch the progression of Ivy from Soul Calibur, and she's like kind of a little bit busty, and now she's just like she's smuggling 2 beach balls and like a square millimeter of metal that's wrapped around her.
I know.
Games, pandering. Woo!
I was trying to remember what I was about. I was about to say
these.
something about fantasies and there's I think it's called Revolution. No, Rebellion.
Oh, I can't say word. We'll get sued. Don't say the word. Where's my Nerf gun? I didn't bring my Nerf gun. I forgot my Nerf guns today.
We're not saying we're affiliated with it. I can't remember. There's a new NBC, I think it is. Yes, NBC's got a new show coming up in the next month or so.
Is it called Rebellion?
It's something along those lines, yeah.
Oh, if it was Rebellion, I'd so laugh.
I think it is Rebellion.
We should tell them the story because some of them might not know that.
Can I finish off this story and then you can tell them yours?
Yes, you can tell them that. As long as it doesn't need the information I've read.
It doesn't.
Needs to be in the story. Then carry on.
It's a fantasy world. I get the feeling I'm really going to enjoy this so long as the part of my brain that has a physics degree does not in any way connect with the rest of my body.
That was a name drop there. I have a physics degree.
Well, they've got all technology doesn't work.
Some of us don't talk about our physics degrees.
Because some of us don't have them.
Some of us don't have physics degrees. Some of us tried, and trying is what happens. I tried. I really didn't try. I kind of went there and went, oh, this isn't.
Yeah, this isn't one of those ones where taking part's what matters.
Screw you. I've made all of this.
You didn't even take part in all of it.
I went.
You did 1/3 of the course.
My attendance for my first year of university was 23%.
Yeah.
And I was the second highest in the year.
I had 100% attendance every year. I think I missed 2.
You're a colossal nerd.
Well, that's fine. That's why I'm here. Anyway, point was...
Sorry, geek. That's what I meant to say. Yeah, you're a geek. There's a difference. We nerds and we geeks do not talk.
Oh, well, I've never done any homework.
You used to get in trouble for that a lot.
I just turn up.
That's a fun story. That's a fun story. Tell the biology story. Go.
Just making sure no one's watching. I'm terrible at doing homework. I think you said it too. I'm naturally gifted. You said it for yourself. Yeah. So what I do is I turn up. I be really smart, participate lots. Everyone says, "Oh, he's really smart," and then I go away and go, "What? You want me to do work?" I'm claiming I'm dyslexic and therefore hate writing, but
well, you are dyslexic.
That's all true. But I suppose I am also lazy. So both of those take part. I procrastinate a lot. Mm-hmm. Hence me being here. Anyway, so I also don't like biology. I don't like people talking about inside of my body. So I spent a whole year not doing any biology work in about year 8, my second year of high school.
Yep. High school. Wait, for the Americans here, that's because I have
no idea what it is. It's the 8th year anyway.
Grade 97 or something. I don't know. You do it.
Anyway, so I'm there.
When you're 14 or something, 13, 14.
Yeah.
That's roughly the age. There you go. Now you know. It's a good time to do it. Age is universal.
So when I'm there...
Well, not universal.
Not universal. Earth-based. Humanity.
Keep going. I'll stop interrupting you. I just want some fur.
Anyway, as I was...
coughing fit.
As I didn't do any homework, eventually, basically this tutor, who obviously really... teacher, who obviously really liked me because, I get on with all of my teachers because I sit in the front of the class and answer all the questions and I'm smart ass. And suck up, absolutely, kiss ass, as well as smart ass. So I used to be nice and friendly, and you could clearly see he was suffering, and then there was a detention left on his desk, half written for me, clearly for not doing homework. And then I saw this because I sit on the front row, as has been established. Yep. So I stole it before it finished being written. And then because he figured he'd misplaced it, he must have taken it as a sign. So then he sort of gave me a warning a week later with that. And even said, I was going to give you a detention, but I sort of lost it. And I thought I'd give you just one last chance. So I think I did like one piece of homework that year.
You're amazing.
the next one.
I can tell
Do you want to tell your story about detentions?
I have a detention, and then we'll get back to the rebellion thing. We'll get there eventually. Sure, we'll eventually get back to it. But I received one detention in my entire time at school. I actually got one, unlike him. I didn't weasel out of it instead. I didn't actually commit a crime to get out of my
I've had many actual detentions for not doing French homework.
Really? Who did you have for French? Oh, don't tell me.
I
don't even know the teachers anymore. So I'm like, oh, do you remember this person? No, don't know. That's all gone from my memory. I've erased that to fill it with awesome things like cheats for psychonauts.
I had to drop French in the end, and the school was trying to get me to do it, and I'm like, I'm dyslexic. I can't speak English. I definitely can't write it. I absolutely can't spell in English. Why are you trying to waste me with a language which, for the record, at least if it was Spanish or Chinese, more people speak Spanish and more people speak Chinese than English.
Yep.
I have respect for those languages. Maybe if you're one place... French is like the 9th most spoken language in the world.
Yep.
If you speak French, there are so many more common languages. You're just out of date.
Yeah.
if you're going to teach me something that's
an
more
idea.
useful than what I don't speak already.
I had an idea for this.
We
should start a new language. Right, on the internet, we start this new language that we
Yeah.
teach. Everyone in the world learns this new language. It's very basic, say like 200-300 words. So it's the real basic communication. But it means so
You know this has been done before, right?
Really?
Yeah.
Well, no one told me.
Esperanto.
Yeah, but they built Jupiter Mining Corporation Red Dwarf ships, and then
That was based on a real thing.
Stop telling me things about things I don't know. Anyway, doesn't matter. That's gone away.
It was supposed to be a European language for everyone in
I
Europe
want universal, and that failed because I've never heard of it. We're going to start now. Never on the internet. Did the people who did that have 120,000 subscribers?
No.
I don't think they had 100. We can bring this in now. Okay, we don't. We've got like 18 on this channel. But no, what we do is you have like just 200 words. No, just the very basic, simple stuff. So if you go to other countries, you can point and just go, oh, stuff. And I think we should make this new language. That's a new plan I have. Anyway, I should tell my detention story, then we can get back to the rebellion thing, and then we can get back to
hang
what
on.
you have
Are you
written
saying
down.
this language isn't a full language? It's just basic things.
It's just the very basic. There's no you keep your default language.
It's a
to
binary
communicate.
level.
It's just to get by. Yeah, it's
basic
just to get by.
Basic logic gates
Yeah,
and
so
things
there's-
only.
yeah, so it's not
you
learning
only
a whole
have
new
and
language.
or.
Yeah, you used to
Not.
have just that sort of thing, and then like the he, she,
X
but you
or
have it really basic.
nor.
So there's no
Nand.
detail to it. So there's no millions of theys, there's no that and stuff, and there's just basic.
Have you
words
ever
and
read
things.
1984?
It's just like 1984. Well, no, but I know the Tim Minchin song. I know a lot about it.
There's a whole part where they talk about getting rid of nice words. So instead of saying, "Oh, that's amazing," "Oh, that's fantastic," it's just good, very good, very good, very, very good.
I don't have. You don't erase your current language. You keep your current language. This is just if you go to a foreign language, you don't know stuff. So you can just communicate. Anyone communicate.
I understand the
with anyone
logic
else in a
behind
very
it. I'm just going
basic
to
way.
criticize you for it.
You criticise me for everything. And
If
you're
I
wearing a
didn't,
hat,
how would we
and your E
progress?
equals MC squared is upside down. Booyah. 2 booyahs
Oh, no.
in one episode. But I
Double
really like the idea of
booyahs.
just a very basic language that just... So you don't replace it. It's just like a set thing. So if you go to a foreign country, you go... Instead of going... and that's what they hear. You just go, excuse me, fish? And they go, fish. And give you fish. What was I saying?
I was talking to some
go on.
people who have who do sign language.
I know sign language. I learned sign... No, this is a great story. I learned sign language. I was really chuffed. I learned sign language and then realised I'd learned American sign language and it's fucking useless. And no one told me there were different sign languages.
No, you're correct. Yes, ASL and BSL are different. I know a very small amount of sign language, which is pretty much enough to sort of say, "Hi, how are you?" And that's really where my limitations are. The problem was that this was when I was sitting on the desk of an event, and as people were coming in, I could do, "Hi, how are you?" and then they would sign at me, and I could not carry it on. Also, I found that my hands just want to join in when you're signing, which is meant that I was trying to animate things while I was talking, which I can only imagine was as confusing as anything to them, as all they got was my hands going. I have the greatest respect for sign language. I think it's wonderful. I really do think we should all learn it, just because things like, I want to have a conversation in a club. I don't really, because I don't like clubs, but I feel that if you go to nightclubs, you should.
Signy people.
Okay.
Hang on. And Shakespeare. Don't laugh at Shakespeare. He's brilliant. Lies. I hate
Lies.
Shakespeare.
Yeah, no, I thought that was very funny. You were talking about your detention story.
Yeah, no, this is a great story. I got one detention in my entire course of school. That's the word I was looking for. It was in IT, which IT at school level is sort of like, and where does the computer plug in? It's because when we took... computers were a new thing. I started school, you had floppy disks was what you took
Most
around.
of it was Microsoft Word, if I remember correctly.
It was spreadsheets and stuff. It was all spreadsheets and Excel. Spreadsheets. Don't jump in! We spent 6 hours trying to get this fucking
IT
story.
expert at my mum's school thinks that Excel is useless. He says no one uses it. It's
use
like
Excel.
the fundamental
I use Excel.
basics of all programming. How can you not teach primary school kids Excel? It is much more useful than... I mean, okay, Access is possibly slightly more important, but I wouldn't teach that to a school kid.
Yeah.
To a sort of,
I would.
7-year-old.
Access is nice.
There's
There's better equivalents.
I use Excel constantly
I
throughout
use
my
OpenOffice
physics
because
degree.
I'm cheap.
Because I'm going to keep dropping that because I like my physics.
No,
I spent 3 years just so that I can say that, and I don't use it anywhere else.
Wait, I had a great story. It's for the same teacher that gave me the detention. Was that it was a he? I think it was a he. Was it she? I don't know. Who was the one? There was one that betrayed me and ran away, and there was the one that.
I don't care.
No, I'm kidding. No, right, it doesn't matter. But so there was this teacher who said that for the homework for some like course thing, we had to do something interesting with Excel. That was the whole thing. Okay, do something interesting with Excel. And everyone did like databases and formulas and stuff. What I did was I coloured in all the cells and and squished them all down. So I made a pixel art of, I think it was, I did like something from Sonic. I did like the Sonic level and the Sonic doing some jumpy things and stuff. I went, look, that's interesting. And he failed me, the cockbag.
Indeed.
He went, no, that's not interesting. I was like, what? Everyone else here has used numbers. I did a pixel art. That's, you define your terms better. And he gave me attention later on for something wonderful. Because I got in not trouble. I got in some sort of situations. Yeah, kerfuffles.
A minor kerfuffle.
The school, because computers were the computer labs were relatively new for our IT specialist school, there was
IT specialists meant they got new money for computers and things.
Yeah, but
it meant they were less shit at IT and maths than everyone else.
Well, the computers were so terribly designed, the restriction stuff, that I was the guy who kept going through every little system and breaking them. Like, I found out you could install Firefox.
Dan will break anything.
Anything, games, anything. I can get through any system. I just can. I've never learned it. I just sort of find loopholes and stuff where they don't think.
It's your mutant abilities. You touch things and they break.
But it's sort of like I was the first one to use Firefox in a memory stick, so you wouldn't get any of the things because all the restrictions were built for Internet Explorer. So I just put Firefox in a memory stick, and I could have internet access for everywhere. But I also found that you could all the security systems when the computers were booting up because they used to boot up so slow. Hit Control T to delete, and you could get into that before it restricted it. And as soon as the restrictions popped up, you could just right click. End process tree, and that's it. Your computer's completely unrestricted, so you can go in all the system files and stuff. And in these system files, I found like an MSM thing, but it was a talking software thing. And so we could have that in class, so everybody could talk to each other secretly and type messages and stuff, which was hilarious. And because I am an idiot, I went. The teacher says, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Oh, this is how I did it." And he went, "It was wrong," and he said I was a bad person. But what I was doing at the time when he caught me was I was sending jokes and stuff because we were all joking about, and because I'm me
doing jokes,
because I'm me, I send stupid and obscene jokes. So my actual detention slip read, I got detention for sending stupid and obscene jokes over the internet, which is my job now. That's so wonderful. The only thing I was punished for in school is the thing I made a career out of. That is beautiful. Really, there's so just poetry to that.
It should be framed.
It is. It's got to be framed. It's such a wonderful. I really
the only thing that would be better is if you get some sort of comedy award and you can then put your framed detention next to it.
Just have but no, that was genuinely. That's what I do for a job now.
That's
and
very
it's
true.
like I was just trying to wonder other things you could like get in detention for. Like you would have not doing homework, which is your job now. Because how much of the trademark law have you researched that I asked you to do?
I've been looking at it, baby.
I'm looking at it, baby. Open tab. No, I don't know that. See? And that's your job now, not doing your homework.
Yeah.
So whatever you're getting detention for, kids, that is going to be your job. Unless you stabbed a guy. In which case...
No, that could be their
that
job.
Could be a job. Stabbist. So that's the thing. The school just teaches you what you break the rules for. And if you don't get detention, then you're going to die unloved and alone.
That's not true.
Just inside all the SWATs.
Oh, as a former SWAT myself.
That was a SWAT. I just was a slightly off-kilter SWAT who would just go, look, there's some interesting things here.
Anyway, we were saying about a fantasy program.
So, about this fantasy TV program.
They've said that all technology doesn't work, and then they've jumped it forward, I think, 10 years. So it's a sort of, half modern day, but then over the top of that, everyone's had to go back to bow and arrows, because everyone loves bow and arrows this year, apparently.
Yeah, it's absolutely everywhere.
So that's sort of been everywhere, and that's all sort of had that nice...
Bow and arrows are cool.
It looks really interesting, but the idea that the physics, where do you draw the line of where does technology not work? Like, they've decided that all cars don't work, but burning fuel, which is how a combustion engine works, should still work, no matter how much technology you works. Your high-tech cars with cameras won't... with computers built into them won't work. Mm-hmm. Probably, Formula 1 car won't work, but a basic car should still work.
Yep.
And I don't think that's what they've done, because I think they've gone back with horses and everything. So part of me is going to get really annoyed at it. But if I can surpass that, that looks like it's got a lot of potential.
Ooh,
I was just saw
until they get sued.
Possibly.
By
that
Rebellion.
was what we were saying, yes.
And that gets us round to the first news story that we were going to discuss. How long have we been going for? Well, that's an extortion in a large amount of time.
Well, this is going to be cut short.
This is the fun story that the people who make this fantastic game, Sins of a Solar Empire, are being sued by the people who made the mediocre game, Sniper Elite V2, and amongst other things. Because that company that makes Sniper Elite is called Rebellion, and they're suing for the trademark of the name of Rebellion because the new Sins of a Solar Empire game is called Sins of a Solar Empire Rebellion.
Yeah.
Now, the thing is that with trademark law and stuff, you're allowed it if it's not going to get confused. Who would confuse a game company with a game? Because none of the games they've made are basically even vaguely Starshipy games. And also, what about the Mass Effect 3 Rebellion pack that just came out from EA? Sue EA.
There are places where it could be an issue.
Yeah.
Like if you made, let's say, really tactical games and you called your company Mass Effect.
Yeah.
I would completely buy someone saying that.
Yeah, but Rebellion's just a word.
But
it's like Scrolls, the whole Scrolls. This is worse though because it's not between two games; it's between a company and a game.
No. I completely agree. It's stupid, and that's why we didn't release the Sniper Elite.
I had recorded a Sniper Elite V2 Let's Play because I did like the demo and then I never got around to the full game. So I had that and it was going to go up today or yesterday or whenever it was going to go up.
Well, it was actually a few days ago
because I had it a few days ago.
When this is now.
But from where it is now. So whenever.
Back on Friday.
So that was going to come out, and then I didn't release that because they were being idiots, and I thought I didn't want to sell their game.
There we are. See, we care more about the ethics of what these people do.
Bizarrely enough,
making videos.
Sins of Solar Empire, not Sins of Solar Empire, Sniper Elite V2 is the Steam sale at the moment. So methinks there may have been
not touch.
Let's release this at the same time as our Steam sale to get some word about that we have a game that's on Steam sale. Maybe Rebellion. Hey, On Live went tits up yesterday.
Did it?
Yeah, it went. Just you've gone.
I didn't really know that On Live. I know people talked about it, but I've never actually come into contact with it myself.
Yeah, I have a fair bit, and I didn't particularly like it because the latency issue is just it takes too long to send the signal to get it back. You don't have the 0 second of a mouse input, so I didn't really because I was on the beta of it, so I didn't really get along with it at all. But it was just sort of. Yesterday because we got a thing. It was like a rumor of they've shut down and come close the doors and it's going to shut down, and we're like that's not going to happen. That's too quick. It's just like they announced the partnership with the Ouya, whatever you pronounce that stupid thing.
The Android
a few days ago. Yeah, the Android thing. But
I know that.
But apparently this morning they have actually fired everyone and been bought out. Is the current story we have. So everyone got fired, but the company's been bought out, so the service is still going to go because it didn't make any money or something. And considering we're like the hyper gamers and we never used it, it's just. I mean, if you've got you can't afford a ridiculously powerful computer, I can see the point of it, but not really because it's input lag. I cannot deal with. I mean, I've got 100 meg internet at home. That's the stuff I got. 100 meg internet, and it just didn't go. It just didn't go fast enough, and so there's nothing faster than that in this country. So. It's just you don't have the lag. I do care because I can see a lot of companies when as soon as that happened they all went cloud gaming. Let's go over to cloud, and it fucked up. And so they were going no cloud gaming, which is good. I like having my computer do the process.
I came up with the idea of the cloud ages ago.
Yeah, everyone did. I came up with it when I was 2, and I can prove it because I saw
didn't.
a clown and went.
I was like,
what if that was stuff?
Well, no, I came up with. I liked the idea of.
We all know I come up with stuff.
You just
first.
had inputs and outputs.
I wrote Stargate Atlantis.
Yes, you did.
I wrote a comic called Stargate Atlantis, set in the Stargate universe, with a captain with a Colonel Jack Shepard, and they found a gate under the water that sent them to the lost city of Atlantis, which was actually on an alien world. There was actually a spaceship.
This is actually
true. I've no idea. If I find these comics, I'll do this. But I wrote Stargate Atlantis way before it was even announced, like really early, because I was a Stargate fan. As a kid. What else did I write? I can't remember something else. Harry Potter, mine? No. What else? The Stargate Atlantis is genuinely saying come up. What was the other one? I don't know.
I'm sure we'll come up again at some point.
Doctor Who. That was.
We haven't even got to the start of my list yet.
Let me see your list.
The news. I'm not giving it to you. You'll throw it away. I wanted to talk about Remember Me.
Remember Me?
Yeah.
That was good. I forgot about you.
I cannot remember who did it now. Is it EA, Ubisoft? Someone
I like it, so it wasn't.
It looks really nice.
It looks like a Ubisoft game. Is that sort of free?
I very much got the feeling that someone looked at it and went. Basically, someone looked at Uncharted 2 and said, "Oh, that's really cool. What would Philip K. Dick do if he had this?"
No, yes, what you said. I said someone saw Assassin's Creed and went, "Wow, what if we set that in the Deus Ex universe?" and that's what it is. With a bit of Psychonauts mind twisty thing during a cutscene that looked okay.
Yeah, it's Philip K. Dick. Okay, for any of you who do not know who Philip K. Dick is, he was a short story writer. He wrote a few long stories, but mostly it's his short stories that are successful. He wrote science fiction. He wrote the universe because it was short stories. People adapted his short stories into films, got rid of all of the plot, but kept the universe, which means he has created the best sci-fi adaptations of all time.
Yep.
So he created Blade Runner, which was originally Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep, Scanner Darkly, Minority Report, Paycheck, Total Recall, pretty much anything where the theme, and also all of those have themes of dreams. So obviously, drugs changing your perception and dreams. Blade Runner is all about Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep, and if you've got dreams and memories, how do you know whether or not you're real or not? Total Recall is about changing your dreams and implanting memories. A Minority Report is about dreaming the future. So dreams and memories are all huge things. And then to have a game which looks like Blade Runner, and I know you're saying it looks like Deus Ex, which was based on Blade Runner.
I'm doing it from the gaming point of view, so I'm doing it from the gaming point
and then, so it's all that sort of, based on that thing, and then it's all based on memories and changing memories, which is such a Philip K. Dick theme. He's dead now. It's a real pity. He basically had, like most artists, had all of his great success of remakes afterwards. I think he got to see the first cut of Blade Runner before it got released, and he hugged Ridley Scott and said, "That's exactly what I wanted it to look like," which was nice.
They're remaking
it
Blade
means
Runner.
that we got it right.
They're making a reboot of Blade Runner. Did you hear this? Or a sequel or prequel. They're doing something.
I heard they were doing something with it, but I didn't think it was a remake.
They're remaking everything.
There's already 5 versions of it. I know, my dad has them all on Blu-ray.
I know too.
There's the American cut, the English cut, the director's cut, the production cut, and the high-def remake cut. That's a guy who likes cutting even more than George Lucas.
Back to Earth as well.
And Red Dwarf Back to Earth.
That was essentially just...
Anyway, that looks really good. You should go Google Remember Me on your favourite game site. I'm actually interested. What are your favourite game sites?
And don't say Kotaku. Don't say Kotaku. I have this distinct... I like Kotaku's content when they upload stuff that you don't see elsewhere, so interesting game-related things. That's what Kotaku's good for. They're not good for reviews. They have the worst reviews
I like Kotaku
ever.
for giving me headlines and pointing me in the right direction. I do not actually read the full articles. I find that's a waste of time, generally.
Skim.
They're good skimming.
The reviews in the past 6 months or so, they've said that you shouldn't buy Uncharted on the Vita, which one was literally the best handheld game I've ever played in my entire life. You should buy the Olympics game, because we can say that now.
Yay, Olympics! But the Paralympics are now on, so you're not allowed to use the words disabled. You're not allowed to use the word. Well, let me get my joke out. Not allowed to use the words disabled, so it's just the toilet and the other toilet. You're not allowed to use the word wheelchair. We probably weren't allowed to use. Yeah. You're not allowed to use any words. You're not allowed to say the word arm in case someone's only got one arm.
Yep.
You're not allowed. You can't say amputate.
Arrested everywhere.
Oh, it's disgusting.
It's gonna be great. I'm tired of my train of thought now. But no, they said that you should buy the Olympics game. They said it was a good game. And we all know how I feel about the Olympics game. And yesterday they reviewed the DS, 3DS Extra Large. And,
yes, this is wonderful.
And they said that who is it? I can't remember which one of them reviewed it. But he said at the start, it was like, if you own a 3DS, you should upgrade to this $200. Spend $200 upgrading your thing and his favorite thing about it was because the resolution was kept the same. When he made it bigger, it was more pixely and thus looked more like a game. Hang on, wait, that's the opposite of everything ever! Anti-aliasing, retina screens, all of it is just over on the side of high resolution is much better.
It's one of the highest DPI screens I think you can get.
Ooh.
I like this one. Samsung Note, just in case you're interested.
Other phones are available.
They are, yeah.
Oh, where's my phone? It's this. It's a Nokia brick. It's purple. It's this was £20.
Anyway,
and it's lasted me way longer than any phone ever. This is what is it? I'm gonna.
No, it hasn't. You've bought about 3 of them.
No, actually, no. This is the original one. I keep going back to it because the other ones I buy keep breaking. No, see, this is my original one. Yeah. No, I've not. I keep getting it repaired, And it actually comes back working, unlike any other phone I've ever got repaired. I actually don't know. This is if you know in the comments, it's a Nokia brick, and it's like durable as shit, but it's really good. It's lasted me a while, and it's like.
But you do have to keep getting it fixed,
well,
and because you don't use phones.
Phones? No, I use phones quite a lot. I mean, I've got 800 texts in this week on that thing, which is just preposterous. I don't even have friends; they're all from you.
750 from me.
But it's just sort of because I've never had a phone that lasts more than 6 months ever. I've gone through posh ones, happy ones, small ones, and stuff. But that
most of mine last me a good 2 years.
It doesn't have internet access or anything though, but I don't care because I'm inside.
Mine works. Anyway,
his one works. So that's screen. So yeah, that was the 3DS. Their review. It's just
sorry. They were saying
so
big pixels. Funny. I can understand that if it's a style thing. But forcing every game you ever play to have a style of pixel art is stupid.
I mean, because the 3DS is supposed to go, look, we have graphics that look like the other ones, but now they just look...
I hate that. Handheld gaming should be 2D.
No.
That is a whole different argument, and we do not have to go through it.
Well, my current favourite game, how long have we got?
24 minutes. Nice. We got time, but
we
haven't reached the first section. Sorry, the second section.
That's fine. We never do. My current favorite game is Metal Gear Solid HD Collection on the Vita, which is just I've just broke 30 hours.
I prefer the
in
HD collection of Ratchet and Clank on the PS3.
Ooh, HDing it up, playing the games we used to play because everything that comes out now is shit.
I actually have a demo I really enjoyed playing.
Actually, I have a game I really enjoyed playing. I played Sleeping Dogs last night. Is the reason I wasn't actually going to bed. I was playing Ironically, I was playing Sleeping Dogs. Really, really gorgeous game. Jesus Christ, that is a gorgeous game.
Okay.
And it runs really smooth. The driving is shit, though. As far as I can tell.
Isn't that just slightly a rule on all open world games?
Having just terrible, terrible driving.
Yeah.
No,
the only game that I like having driving in is Red Faction because it's the only place where if you slightly hit a building, the building will just take the damage and not your car.
Yeah, you don't get.
It really annoys me when you sort of just nip a corner and suddenly your car freezes to a standstill. And then you have to slowly come back. That always got me in GTA. It was like, can't you just take off my wing mirror or something?
Yeah,
just let me roll with it. It takes too long otherwise.
Really nice drive. I've always liked the GTA
Red Faction.
driving.
Drive through the.
GTA, all the arcadey style of GTA 4, GTA Vice City, San Andreas kind of ones, and then the realer style. I really enjoy the realer style of the GTA 4. I never liked GTA 4 though. GTA 4 was just sort of. I really like the idea. I mean, I am that one guy that they made the game for who really liked the idea of like building up social relationships with non-player characters. I think that's an interesting idea and get me interested. Unfortunately, I was playing as Nico, who is the worst character gaming has ever seen in ages. Basically, if they remade it, but from the perspective of Roman, I would have thrown so much stuff at that game because Roman and Brucey were the only characters I actually enjoyed spending time with. They entirely fixed that with the expansion pack, so I've just been playing through the Ballad of Gay Tony is the one I've been playing through. I haven't played the other one. But oh my god, Ballad of Gay Tony has really excited me for GTA 5. I'm like, more of this! They have a explosive shotgun, which I have written a song about. Okay, that is how much I love this thing, and at some point I'll make a machinima to go with this song. That is just I'm gonna just make a ballad for this. Basically, because you're firing.
You're gonna make the ballad for Ballad of Gay Tony.
Pretty much, yeah. The Ballad of Gay Tony. I really like that. But so basically, the explosion shotgun. You know how like you could like if you hit a car, it dented. Well, this thing just like dissolves the cars where they stand. But the great thing is,
sounds like something that should be on Red Faction.
It should.
Red Faction is wonderful.
But if you're like walking towards a car and like you fire like at an angle, like 45-degree angle, and it will like smash down the front of the car, and so you can just walk up the car that you've made a dent through. Oh, such GTA 5. It's back to being a GTA game, which is very exciting.
That's good.
GTA 5 is coming out soon.
Oh,
as is Half-Life 3.
Talking about modern games that are actually interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's called Powwow and Yo on PlayStation. I played the demo of it. I am going to buy it and play the full thing.
IGN gave it 4.
It was so crazy. It was wonderful.
IGN gave it 4. Okay.
Oh, yeah, because it was an interesting arty game. I'm one of these weird people, right? In movies, I like big explosions and in-your-face music and big, clever special effects, and I can't stand it when it's all, dull grey tones and everything's arty or weird things happen for no reason. I like everything to be explained. When it comes to computer games, when it's weird and nothing's happening is when I have the most fun. I like the weird, crazy stuff in computer games. And when it's just, boring shooting people in first person and things, it just drives me mad. I've
been playing Call of Duty recently.
It's very weird. Also, I find it annoying that the Games Awards go the opposite way round. Games Awards for computer games always go for the people with big explosions when I like the arty games.
Yep.
Like,
And the
you know,
awards for
Journey.
films.
And then in films,
Whee!
I like things like Scott Pilgrim, which are beautifully done and
Best
creative,
film ever made.
but still fairly mainstream and accessible.
Yep.
Or, you know, I really liked the new Spider-Man. I would be pretty surprised if anyone gave it an award because it was good.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to give it. They're going to
The
give it to.
Oscars
They're going to give it an award to someone. I don't know.
Mm.
Someone dying or something. That's what it always goes to.
Yeah, what's
a nun dying because. No, not a nun. We'll go with a priest dying because he was gay and got AIDS, and but he's too ashamed to tell anyone that he got it because of his rejection from that. That's the sort of film that will win.
And we've copyrighted that idea.
And Michael Caine will be in it or something. I don't know. Rather than,
Michael Payne will be.
I don't know, something really arty as opposed to, you know, something that is good, you know.
Yeah.
And it always annoys me when they take it, you know, we'll then give that Michael Caine an award in that because he was actually really good in Batman or something.
Yeah.
They go, well, you're really good in that, but we didn't like that movie because it was a rom-com, so we'll give you an award for something else.
See, I've been playing Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 at the moment.
I didn't actually say anything about this game. I just said it was weird and arty.
I know. That's what
okay.
you'll get back there. We do this. You'll get back there.
That's my skill. I can always backtrack in the conversation.
Yeah. And I've been playing this game, and I've been playing through it going, why do people hate this game so much? I can see that the plot, it's so much better than I ever thought it would be. It's not good. we'll say that now.
True.
It's not good, but I thought it was very po-face serious, like that shite pile that is Battlefield 3, which I hate. I loathe Battlefield 3's single player, and the multiplayer is stupid. I'll get onto that in the Call of Duty Let's Play. I'll never too low. But Call of Duty takes realism and goes, go away, you're not well. It knows it's stupid. I didn't know it had self-awareness that it was stupid, and it's a totally different game to what I like. Russia.
Yeah, being self-aware is really
useful.
useful.
Plot point, right, where Russia has just invaded Europe, right? All of it at the same time. Okay. Right. Okay. Yeah. See, that's the thing I had. they've invaded, right? Because the Russian president
Hitler should have done that.
All right. The Russian president, right? Listen to this. Was on a plane to go and have peace talks to sort it out. Okay. So he was going on peace talks to go sort this out. Okay. He gets.
I so wish the rest of the game was just peace talks.
No, he gets.
That would be a
kidnapped.
really interesting version of Call of Duty.
Hey.
Call of Duty peace talks.
He gets kidnapped, right? And so because he gets kidnapped, some other guy who's in charge goes, no, we will have war, right? If you've already sent the president over to have peace talks, surely someone would point out, you're invading all of Europe. That's kind of wrong. And it's all because they've been tricked. I love the fact they go, yeah, they were tricked. Now kill all the Russians, kill. Now, Russia's been taking it hard in this conversation.
They have.
The Jim Belushi of people. Yes, give me a reference.
In this
Jeff.
particular case, we have really... Abed.
Yeah, you are. I'm Jeff.
Cool.
We can agree I'm Jeff, right, guys?
Anyway.
I'm Troy. I'll get over it.
Yes, Papa and Yo.
Yeah, it's a great Call of Duty game.
Is a great Call of Duty.
But no, Call of Duty, it's technically it's perfect. I mean, the frame rate, it runs at 240 frames per second and looks gorgeous, okay? This engine is astounding.
It's technically perfect, just so long as you don't allow for the art.
The only unfortunate thing is it's just a Michael Bay film that you play. The only unfortunate thing is that it's so predictably, you know exactly what's going to happen. Like when you watch the Let's Play that I've recorded, I still haven't put it up. I'm still working out how I'm going to edit
something
this
I've just realised. I'm wearing Starfleet cufflinks just to put onto the fact that I'm pro Star Wars and wearing Star Trek.
I just released the Star
Wars and
you
were wearing
thing.
Star Trek. Star Wars stuff. Well, I was putting Star Trek. Yeah, I know. It's on my to watch list. I haven't got around to it yet.
That's a good one. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed that.
How much did you destroy it?
Well, no, I really liked Force Unleashed 2, the bit I played. The first half, which was actually 2/3 of the game, was really good. It was just
How long
really
did
good.
that take? Like 2 hours?
It was actually 4 hours to get through that bit, and then it was an hour and a half to get through the next bit, which I thought I'd stopped it about fifth of the way through. I was done 2 planets. I think it was only an hour and a half from the end.
I only played the first one, and it took
the first one went
like
to loads
3
of
hours.
planets. He went to quite a lot of planets.
And then it went to like 4 planets, and then it did the same 4 over again.
Yeah, okay. This one goes to Camino.
Yeah.
Start Camino, and then you go to some planet I've never seen before, okay? Then you go to Dagobah for a cutscene. There is no gameplay. You go around and then there's a cutscene. So that is literally 5 minutes. Then you're on a spaceship. Then you're back to Camino and it ends.
That's fine. Sounds good to me.
It's no planets. Star Wars should be about the planets and stuff. And it was nonsensical.
Yeah.
The fact I was playing as Guybrush Threepwood for it made it a little bit more nonsensical than I thought it would be.
That sounds great.
Watching Guybrush turn to the dark side was really fun. But also, it has a really stupid thing in the end.
Did you then have lightsaber duels going, that you use that thing like a feather duster?
No, we got like banjos instead. Yay! Monkey Island 3 joke.
I didn't get that. I've only played one.
Oh my god, I
still need to play
spoiled the
two.
best bit of Monkey Island 3 for you. Which I'm going to spoil now because it's what, 20-year-old games? Like, you get a duel. You have to do a duel between you and someone else.
Is this the one with the pistols?
Yeah, there's pistols. There's 3.
I just ruined it all
there's
for you.
3 open pistol cases.
He's told me this story
There's
before.
3 open pistol cases, and you select one. You're supposed to select one, but if you close them behind there, there's a banjo case, then you have a banjo duel to the death, and you win by shooting his banjo. You cheat, basically. Do you know why? 'Cause you're a mighty pirate.
I do not like adventure games when they use logic like that.
But
I like
that's perfect
perfectly
logic.
logical.
It's not hidden. It's not completely hidden. It is there. Wow. I got a drink because I can.
I like it when they give you a set of tools and ask you to solve a problem. Anyway, going back to Power and Yo.
No, Call of Duty. Go.
I was just saying that
Don't
I think
buy
it's
it,
a
don't
really
buy it. It's
nice
not a good
creative
Call of
game.
Duty.
And
well done.
I love the fact they've got these wonderful. To give you an idea of what the absurdity of this game and the beauty of it is, it's got sort of just cardboard boxes, as we're all used to seeing in computer games after years of Metal Gear Solid.
Metal Gear.
And they've all got question marks drawn on in crayon on the outside. Then you go and pick them up, and when you pick them up, put them on your head. Then it goes into first-person perspective. Up to this point, it's been third-person. And then drawn on the inside of the box are the hints, and you rotate the box around 4 times to get 4 pages worth of hints. And then when you quit out, the camera just goes into third person and keeps the box on your head until you remove it a second time, which means you then get to run around with it. Then you have a monster chase. Most of it's actually fairly realistic in, I want to say, Africa, but I have no idea on geography, so I could be miles off.
Yeah, Africa's the one with the monsters. Yeah, that's the...
Yeah. No, most of it's realistic, other than the fact that every now and then it's got a bit of graffiti you can interact with, or a monster, or a robot who becomes your jetpack. It's crazy. It's wonderful. Mm-hmm. Don't believe me, there's a demo on the PlayStation Store, both in America and England, so that should be no problem.
Yeah,
we've got Kickstarter accounts to talk about, and we're probably going to run out of time.
Hang on, let me see what you've got written down. We're going to go through this. Wow.
We've done most of it. Kickstarter's
Is this
next.
supposed to be handwriting? Because it's not. What is this?
Dyslexic.
Yeah, but it doesn't. What?
Word blindness. Yes, it does. So Kickstarter has 2 really big Kickstarters. I'm going to sell my one first because you've already made a whole video about yours.
I liked it that much.
Mercenary.
Not called it Game of the Year.
Mercenary Kings looks interesting.
Mercenary Kings.
By the guys who did Scott Pilgrim the game.
That was enough to sell me to it.
That was enough to sell me to it.
Incidentally, Scott Pilgrim, by the way, is the greatest piece of art ever made because it has a fantastic film, fantastic set of books, and a fantastic game.
No, you're right.
It is the trinity of everything.
Each of those is beautiful in its own way.
Yeah, it is.
O'Malley has also done some of the drawing, who did all of the drawing for...
Yeah, you can definitely tell.
It does stick out. The game itself looks... It's sort of a Metal Slug, slightly Metroid-y type game.
Yep.
Looks really interesting, and the amount they're after isn't that much, actually. It's under 100,000, which for a game is peanuts.
Yep.
I think they pretty much get everything that they want by the time they get to 200,000. So go over to Kickstarter and help them.
Link in the description.
We'll put some links in the doobly-doo.
Yeah. If you put a link to a Kickstarter up in the corner, like an annotation, because you can have links to stuff, they don't always work. They only work like half the time, which is, I don't know why.
Well, it doesn't matter. We'll make sure it's down
My
below.
one! Sequel to Total Annihilation, the best real-time strategy ever made. And you can crash planets into each other.
I'm not a huge RTS fan.
I am.
But
do you know why I'm such a big
I have to admit, looking at it, I do look there and go, okay, I'll give you. That is actually original.
Yep.
I didn't think you could have an original RTS anymore. Basically, most RTSs you look at and you go, oh, you're fighting over big robots on a planet. Okay, fine.
Tanks.
Or loads of tanks. And you basically go through all of them and you go, you're basically just reskinning and putting different micromanaging on the same game. Or the other one is space battles, where most of it's about spaceships, and you basically say, I'm taking over that planet. It says, you have now taken over that planet.
think my heart.
And you don't get to do anything. And to be actually do all of the space parts of a proper space RTS and the planet stuff is interesting.
There's no space in it. You just fire things between the planets.
Yeah, but you've got to get between them, so you need to have a spaceship. But it's not all about big, giant spaceships.
You fire them as rockets.
I don't care.
There's no spaceship. There's no space thing. You said that's just a different type of gameplay and would be impossible to balance.
I don't care. My point was that it wasn't really about spaceships, and that was good.
They announced that it's got terrain deformation.
Yes, I had seen that.
That made me happy.
And they're supporting the modding community, which is always good
supporting
news.
The modding community, DRM free. Because my favourite thing I ever had as a kid was the Stargate mod for Total Annihilation. I say as a kid. I mean, 14.
I mean, like last week.
I still play Total Annihilation. My time I play Total Annihilation is at least a match a week, which is ridiculous. And I still suck at it. The reason I like real-time strategies is they're the only type of game that I enjoy that I suck at. Because I don't enjoy sports game, and I suck at sports games. But sports games are dull. Whereas these are just... real-time strategies are really impossibly... I never really get good at them, apart from if I can turtle really quickly. But yeah, so they're fun. And Supreme Court 1's fun. Supreme Court 2 is fun as a different way of smash robots together, but don't think about it. That's the one I play if I'm feeling lazy. What else we got to talk about?
Well, I was just going to end... Well, we've no.
End?
No, we've got 10 minutes left.
Bloody hell.
So I was just going to end on the conversation you wanted. So we want to do a new section called Precog Pod. In fact, I've wanted to do this for ages, and we just haven't got around to doing it. So it's going to be a part of the podcast where we want to take something and then look at where we think that's going to be in the future and where that's going.
Yep.
Normally, we want to go on things like, where's my flying car, and, why we don't have flying cars or jetpacks and where they're going. And also just things like, what will we do with papers and magazines in the future?
Over my jetpack. That's why I don't have a jetpack.
But that's a different conversation, because today you said you wanted to talk about 3D printers.
Oh, that was ages ago I said that.
And whether or not you think they'll still be legal. And I think that should take us 10 minutes.
Cool. Right. I have the idea that 3D printers, if you don't know that, you put like some weird plasticky stuff or this kind of grainy, gritty stuff. I don't even know what the fuck it is. But you can basically print out 3D objects, okay?
You can print cells as well.
Pirate Bay now has a physical section where you can actually download parts for stuff. I think in the future, and the very near future, governments of the world will ban 3D printers.
Okay, I don't think that they will, because I think that 3D printers are actually more expensive than just buying things because of the materials that go into it. I think they're not as durable because of the nature of them. I think what 3D printers are really good for is building prototypes, and both England and America live off design. Designing things is where we specialise, not in manufacturing things. Mm-hmm. So it's the sort of thing where, if we did get the components down cheaply enough, China might well be in trouble because they do a lot more mass producing of things. Yep. But we would need to have them because craftsmanship is not necessarily what we specialise nowadays in. It's in sort of, making those prototypes, and that's where it would help.
No,
also, I'm pretty confident you can print cells, because I know that you can print heart cells. So some of those things, every hospital's going to need them. I can't see, because if they become illegal, everyone will have to, in the same way that they haven't made DVD burners illegal, even though most DVDs are written for illegal reasons.
You're thinking, DVD, a burner can burn a DVD, and a DVD at maximum costs, say, what, £10? I've never bought DVD in my life. I buy Blu-ray, screw you all. I don't. In fact, actually, I buy a ton of DVDs, but box sets, because I like my TV and my box sets. But I can see it. But with this, you could pirate. I mean, like you know exactly, because you're a camera person. If you want a specific clip that clips one bit of this camera to this other bit of the camera, they cost an extortionate amount of money, ridiculous amounts of money.
It can
if you could just print that off and just go, that's mine now. I printed off this little hinge thing and screw on, because they've already got printers that can make hammers and wrenches that actually are as strong as hammers and wrenches. So we're already talking, and the stuff.
But I think it's still fairly expensive to make something with those sort of rigidity.
If this is the way things are going, a company that starts making a really cheap material that can make that and mass produces that is going to save a lot of money on that. That company will become huge and colossal with this sort of the grain stuff, whatever. I still have no idea how they make, because it's always different than the ones I've seen.
I think you're right. I do.
I'm right. End the podcast.
No, still got time. I think that the government is going to have to enforce some sort of DRM
I don't think
or
they
stuff
should.
onto
I don't
it.
want them to.
No, I don't want them to either.
Because you get.
But I can't see you banning them outright. There's no way you could ban them outright.
I can see a lot of pressure from the up above, and we got Tories in charge. They will ban anything if the up above say it. But, I went there. Screw you, Tories.
But here's the thing, right? If we haven't banned banking, which we clearly don't need, on the fear of, but if we take rid of banking, all of the bankers will go away. Equally, if we say, if we get rid of this, all of the designers will go away, and designing is is our second biggest industry.
Why we don't ban banking is because they're big corporations. This is for the little people. If you can you can now get for under $1,000 a 3D printer in your home, and then you can start printing stuff. So if you need certain things, instead of going and buying the actual thing,
but this is the point. You can't ban 3D printers. What you can do is ban 3D printers that don't run on a certain DRM, and the DRM to get onto the DRM license costs a fortune.
Because DRM stops everything. I've never ever had a problem. DRM, you just walk through. If you know what you're doing, you just walk through. But you're talking about mainly computer games rather than the adverts of you wouldn't steal a car. You wouldn't steal a... Well, now I can steal a car because I can just print off all the bits and rebuild it.
Yeah, and I don't think it works like that. And if it does work like that, I still think that they'll come up with a copy protection system rather than just ban everything.
Yeah, you're assuming that copy protection works, and I can prove to you it doesn't work ever. I've never ever seen DRM I couldn't break. Ever.
Oh, sorry, you will be able to break it.
Yeah.
But you will be prosecuted in the same way that if you break anything else.
So not.
And they will cut down more on it. But
if it's for the laws we have at the moment, you can break DRM for personal use. DRM is the thing you can actually break because you own the license to the software. You can manipulate the software because you bought it. So you can break the DRM. As soon as you get the software, you can crack through the DRM. It's yours.
Under this same... Yeah, no,
so it's going to get to the point where they're going to have to stop banning higher and higher up things, and it's going to get to the point where they're going to try and ban 3D printers. And we shouldn't let them. What we should do now is invest like shit in 3D printers, because that's where the future is going.
I can't see them banning 3D printers. I really can't.
I can, because it's our government. How long have we got left? 3 minutes.
Our government doesn't get anything done very quickly.
Yes, they do. The Liberal Democrats, they do stuff quickly.
Okay, they did fuck us over very quickly.
In this country, when the leftmost party is now a right-wing party, it's just they're going, why? Who votes for Tories? Who has ever gone, I should vote for a Tory because I'm a poor person? I had this...
that's the really stupid
I had this email. Shall I go into this?
Anyone who wants to be rich and thinks that at some point they'll be rich...
Yeah.
Ends up voting for Tories.
And they're idiots.
Because they're idiots.
They're idiots. I got an email from someone saying that, you're in a business that makes a lot of money. If you get up good, you can make a lot of money. So why don't you vote Tory now so there's less tax and stuff for you and you later? Well, the fact is that if I have a lot of money... It does make
sense for us to make.
Personally, it would make financial sense for me to vote Tory. I'm never going to... You would have
It doesn't. I'll give you why it doesn't make sense.
I'll give you... No, but personal.
Okay.
I've just said personal because I know completely voting Tory fucks up the NHS and then...
No.
Quicker, 2 minutes.
Okay, if you vote Tory, at the rate we're going at the moment, we are headed towards a revolution. If we want to be rich and keep that money, we need to keep poor people happy, because if they're unhappy, they will kill us. Have you not seen the French Revolution, the American Revolution?
We're on your side.
Basically, the more you piss off slaves and people who make less money, the more likely they are to kill you. Yeah. We've already started seeing riots. If we want money to keep existing with us making more money, you have to be able to hand some out. That's not the reason we vote left-wing, but that's a good reason to vote left-wing.
Well, see, the reason I always
we also believe that ethically, you should look out for the little guy.
Yeah, if you don't have a lot of money and I have a lot of money, then I will pay more tax and you should pay less tax. That just makes sense!
That's how it works!
To quote Stephen King, why the fuck don't you fucking tax me? Nearly a quote by Stephen King. He definitely said the word fuck at least once when he was talking to the Tories. But no, we've had this. Nick Clegg could be the most powerful person in politics. I'll get on that another day. And he completely fucked it up.
Yeah, I know.
It's got to a point where we're going to have a Labour government that is at very best centre-right now.
Yes.
So we have no choice in this country. And we're screwed. And that's why, because we have a Tory, they're going to try and ban 3D printers.
But I think if so long as a big company is making 3D printers and the material that comes in it, then they can still make money off.
That's what we need. We need a big company to come in.
A big company.
But no, that's why.
But that's also the worst fear is that big companies will control 3D printers.
We can go back to Russia. With they came for the punk rockers, but I was not a punk rocker. They came for the 3D printers. But
They came for the students, but I was not a student.
That's, basically we're all fucked.
30 seconds left.
30 seconds left.
Let's end on dinosaur impressions.
That's not a dinosaur impression. This is Keith. He's a dinosaur.
Okay,
he just
fine.
eats things.
I think I preempted that. I don't think we've ended yet.
Now we have
Let's
30
keep going. This is going to be great for all of the people who are just listening to the podcast, so audio-wise,
Why am I
and not
living
watching
with
our
you
video.
again? How long we got left? Poke it so it doesn't go off.
13 seconds.
13 seconds. Fuck the motherfucker. Fuck the motherfucker. Fuck the motherfucker.
I'm pretty confident
He's a
that's
stupid
copyrighted.
motherfucker. Yeah, but I don't care. 'Cause
I don't
Tim
like
mentioned,
that.
and I'm actually referring to it as